side, the standing on the bot side, so as they did another full clear, they're in a good position to set up for these objectives, and it's ultimately just going to be a cross map. And it comes back to what we were talking about earlier. What is the early game priority going to be for these junglers?
Makes it a little bit more tricky to lock him up. As they step forward, might look for a Nature's Grasp. There's a Shadowing Strike. Alvaro is going to come in from the side. Make it rain. From Super will get the slow, but I don't think MDK can do much with a single cannon and a caster there. Equalizer down on Mirwin. He dashes away with a Pathmaker. Not falling for the trap of Q3ing Oscar and then pulling him back across the Equalizer that we saw happen yesterday. Nature's Grasp comes out, tanked up. Noah has to cleanse away. Jun flashes underneath the tower. Alvaro flashes forward. Noah away from this as the bullet time rains hell down onto the face of Jun. The curtain's open, but Yoyo will be able to walk away from this one. More about clearing the wave than anything of the game, so might just be an exchange again. Oscar, Equalizer, not up yet. He's caught underneath the tower. Steadfast presence out by Alvaro, but Oscar survives for the moment. Should be able to clear out the wave. Mirwin, Q3, knocked back with the Bolt Breaker, but Pathmaker keeps him alive. Noah underneath the tower, taking a couple of shots. Will they look for more on this dive? Mirwin still has the all-out. Humanoid's on his way across to bolster the attack, and Mirwin, even with an all-out, can't get out of that. Razork has to flash away. The True Shot Barrage goes wide, and Fnatic find a kill on the dive.
Yeah, they were very respectful of the Cassante. They were patient in waiting for Humanoid to come down. And when all four members were ready, they caught Mirwin off guard before
another wave comes in about 5 seconds, and no wave for Fnatic means the first turret blood will go over to MDK.
They don't need to greed for the kill. Ultimately, they've zoned Mirwin away from the farm, as that's what's happening to Oscar on the top side of the map. They will this one with the wave at their backside as well. I see no reason why they can't take this one down. So nice. This is probably the first major advantage that MDK will have gained.
The champions of the LEC. For Fnatic, it's been all the way since 2018 since they were able to do that. Obviously, Mad Lions Koi have won a little bit more recently than that, but...
I mean, just side of the map. I don't think they can really run the risk of a dive, though. They're just trying to overstack to chip away at this tower.
It's a good trade from Fnatic, though, because essentially MDK went for the play we were talking about, which was push mid, lean into boss, and they end up spending time on MDK chasing Oscar in and out, so they don't actually invest members onto that tower. So you get the top tower, you get that pressure onto the top tier 2. They do give the Dragon to MDK, but I think the only mistake Fnatic... Oh, actually, might give Mirwin here.
Flash forward with the Vault Breaker into the cease and desist. Mirwin tries to dash away, but he's already on 300 HP. A dash, a flash, not enough with the Magnet Storm pulling him back. Fnatic get their second on the board.
This should open up this top tower as well. The damage is already done earlier. Alvaro hovering around to try and deny the tower, but it's going to be secured.
Fnatic are going to start those TP plays and see if they can very quickly pick someone off and just start to elevate their game plan a little bit more. Maybe even finding more though here.
First one to be caught out, and he's going to go down immediately. The Equalizer not well placed. Cease and desist going in, but the shield is enough for him. Pascawi with the locket. There's one for Super. Razork dashing back in, but he's going to be put in the dirt for a double, and MDK come alive.
A nice collapse from MDK. Fnatic was stacking on the top side, and they were making the rotation towards mid, and MDK was able to punish them in that movement. An area of the map that Fnatic didn't have full information of. Alvaro gets another one, and now MDK will secure the mid tier 2. Oh, I spoke too soon. They didn't have enough of a minion wave.
But overall fans as well, this is not the MDK that I expect to show up. They're taking a very standard build and beating Fnatic at their own game.
Cheating tempo as well here. Elioya took the long way around. Jun thought everyone had gone back to base, but he's the only one doing that now. Sent back to the fountain. A TP in as MDK may turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Yeah, why not? The numbers advantage. Noah's still not respawned yet, and he's going to take a while to get back there. Mirwin can act on zoning duty, and they're going to accelerate this game.
No Equalizer for Oscar in Mirwin being the bouncer. Holding Razork at bay, Humanoid coming in, no vision over the wall. There's one sapling there as Mirwin jumps in. The Entofus come out, the Nature's Grasp to follow up. And Razork is sent packing. MDK keep the Baron aggro. The curtain's open and Yoya dashes in with a twisted advance. Hit with one shot, a second hits Mirwin, but Humanoid tries to steal, can't get it. Good sole point for MDK. If they take it, they can utilize the entirety of this Baron to push out all these waves, get as much standing gold off the map as possible, and then still reset and go for that Drake.
And look at the difference between the AD carries. Infinity Edge now finished for Super. Ooh, Alvaro.
Equalizer goes down, Magnet Storm as well to follow up. Okay, maybe they can't use the entirety of the Baron buff to push in after losing Alvaro, but...
They really should have drifted from mid to top and forced pressure onto Fnatic, but by trying to go for the mid lane turret, Alvaro gets punished. No, Jun might be...
Face check, flashes away, Vault Breaker in by Razork. Currently it's on here 4v4, the TP behind, but the bullet time, dodge this! Razork Scent packing, the rest of Fnatic retreating. Humanoids behind MDK right now, but doesn't really have a way to join the fray. Oscarinin slowed up with the Make It Rain. Vescawi and Humanoid might butt heads in the bot lane.
MDK a bit mixed on what they want to convert this into. I think they've set their sights on the bot tier 2. The Dragon is, of course, alive, but you don't want to go for that objective immediately. You want to leverage the fact that there are dead members on the side of Fnatic to siege onto these towers. Oscar may have overstepped.
Mirwin going in, Pathmaker flashed away from. Had to respect the fact he could be pulled back by Mirwin. And now the Drake in the eyes of MDK.
They're playing around their compositional weak points though really, really well.
Yeah.
When you look at, hey, we are struggling to engage at long range, they're just playing around Fog of War.
Well, it's a similar problem that's occurring today so far.
Yeah, they had the 4 versus 5, so just thought, hey, we can just out-muscle you, and now they're getting out-muscled on the top side. It's Alvaro gets him!
Oh my god! You just don't get a chance to move. No flash, of course. That was burned in the bot lane by Mirwin earlier on. Humanoid trying to push that out, but Mirwin's going to catch him.
I mean, if I could surmise that from one of the great philosophers, I would say I am Groot, you know? Just perfectly summarizes that play.
Groot.
Well executed.
Yeah, you and Vin Diesel right up there with Plato.
Another tower going to be secured for Frescowi.
Being able to be that impactful. He's only at 2.5 items himself. Almost has that third. Crypt Bloom or Void Staff on its way. That Lightning Jewel.
Yeah, we're yet to really see a strong fight from Fnatic. The TP flank.
Nature's Grass goes out. Razork has to step forward, has the Bolt Breaker, will dash down, but Frescawi begins to open up. Now, Elioy has been caught. Mirwin tries to get to the back line. Frescawi's already killed off Razork down towards the bottom side of the fight. The all-out pulls back Humanoid! And MDK, welcome him to the family, as Vin Diesel would say. They take him out, and Fnatic now only have 3 to try and defend the Baron plate from MDK.
I mean, it's an easy Baron and a well. They would not have been able to qualify for anything, because and now they find themselves with a level of
standard League of Legends that they, and even a difficult composition of that to execute, and they're executing well.
They do still need to break the base. Super.
Seasoned assist in, Keeper's Verdict, stopwatch from Super. Didn't expect him to have that one in his toolkit, and now Razor pays the price for not pressing tab. Noah's caught in the bullet time, and MDK are gonna rip straight through Fnatic and take game 1.
Super with the smart purchase to buy himself a little bit more time in the fight. He knows that if he gets caught, the game can be turned, but he will not get caught. He will not be denied, and MDK are looking to go 1-0 up in this best of 5.
Oscarinin trying to do anything he can to defend, but I'm afraid he can't do much. Set packing joins his team in body bags as MDK go 3v3s. You basically have the advantage of a bit of an extra health shield in the barrier for your own AD carrier. Elioya might look for a gank here. Razork's already working his way down through the river. He'll be on the Scuttle Crab. Will he realize that Elioya is going bot? Flash forward from Alvaro into the hook. Noah flashes away and dashes too. Jun still has a flash of his own, puts the Ignite down, and Elioya almost falling first. He does! Noah gets double buffs. And Super and Alvaro can only stand and watch.
The idea there for a dive, rather, given that they do have this stacked wave here, they do have the double buff. But it looks like for the time being, yeah, no. With the recall
Drake,
of Razor.
1 grub, 2 went over to MDK. So at most, we will see a team taking 5, which means you still only get that 1 might spawn. At the moment, Alvaro is trying to play it down towards this bottom side. Razork coming in as well. Frescawi the TP earlier on. Shield of Daybreak for the Sun. Twisted Advance for the follow-up. And Alvaro doesn't have a flash to get out. The hook tanked by Razork. But with the buy coming in, Elioya's looking for a bit more damage. Has to flash away himself. Frescawi opening up with the Lightning Crash. Still a possibility for him. He continues to put the damage down into Jun's back. And he will force him away.
Great pick from MDK though. The problem for Fnatic was
They're going to be able to get it as well for Noah. But this should bring them to 4 grubs. It will be even in Dragons. We'll see which one we get. My instinct is it's going to be a Chem Soul. Don't ask me why. It's just what my gut is telling me.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, Vetti.
What are you saying, Dagda?
Infernal.
Yeah, okay, bro. Okay.
Hey, you didn't ask me quick enough. That's what I mean.
All right, are they going to threaten a dive here? Yes, they are.
TP coming in from Fnatic. Counter TP out by MDK. Super able to supercharge his way out. Solar Flare. And the damage on Alvaro is huge. Ignite ticks on him. Jun takes the kill. Frescawi under the turret now. 1 minion left. Twisted advance, lightning crash coming out as well, but with the Zenith Blade follow-up, there's not really much Frescowy could do. Jung will die to Super. A 2-for-1 exchange in the top lane. Oscar has to dash away, still has the flash. The cease and desist will chase him down. Mirwin going in. Steadfast presence gives him a little bit of movement speed and enough to get out of the clutches of Mirwin, but not out of the clutches of Elioya, who's knocked up with a Keeper's Verdict and has to flash out of the range of the tower.
Oscar's poppy, man. He just
ultimate available for it. And for MDK, you could have just completely choked them out of the game. With that Rift Herald being able to take mid tower, both side lanes are low, start to very quickly amass a nice gold lead for yourselves. You can see MDK are like, great, you don't have that ultimate available. We can definitely fight you with this objective, especially with Frescowy now having push on top side.
I will say, though, that MDK's comp in general is relatively short range. I guess with the only exception being Frescowy. So maybe Fnatic is arguing, you don't have the threat on our tower, even with the Herald. Look, it's full HP. It's not taking a tick of damage. I mean, that might change now.
Go on, minions, ticket. Oh.
Oh,
They will.
They will.
Oh, Jung goes in with the Zenith Blade. Alvaro with a good hook to block the engagement with a Solar Flare and a True Shot barrage through the heart of Alvaro. Mirwin TP'd in. MDK was still looking for the fight, but they haven't really done enough damage to Fnatic to continue this battle. Keeper's Verdict knocks back one. Cease and desist will dodge it from Elioya. Steadfast presence into the knock into the wall, and Elioya realizes maybe it would have been better to be found guilty by the hammer. Pathmaker in by Mirwin, the all-out to follow up. Oscar still surviving, and Mirwin having to flash away. Humanoid on the chase, flashes in, and Super, not that much longer. He manages to flash the wall and escape for the moment. The Valkyrie to follow up. The missile's missing, but Humanoid's autos do not. Fnatic are going to wipe away MDK, only Mirwin left standing.
MDK hadn't got into position. Very tough for Madman's Koi.
MDK have been looking for a couple of bushes to catch Fnatic out, but even if they try and get control of the spot side river, Elioya's on the flank, he's been spotted. Alvaro flashing in with the hook. That's a death sentence if I've ever seen one. He might as well be playing Thresh. Fnatic find another. Alvaro learning from Mickey yesterday, it seems.
I don't know what the plan was there.
Save Elioya, I think, was the plan.
Ah.
Yeah. It worked. He got out.
I mean,
But yeah.
All right, well, we'll move past that one swiftly.
No one gets left behind.
For Fnatic, that'll be the third one of the game. Humanoids gonna secure the bot tower. Oh, that's annoying. As Super's base will be interrupted. I mean, this game is like the complete opposite of what we saw in game one. Well, we credited MDK for their superior vision control, catching Fnatic off guard, showing up here in game two.
But it's also what we've seen from Fnatic over the last two series, which is game one, bit slow, bit ropey, and they just ramp up over the course of it, and it looks significantly better now. Mirwin onto Humanoid.
Humanoid TP'd in behind Mirwin here, and I don't think Mirwin has a leg to stand on. He's going to try and go in with the all-out, but the True Shot barrage comes in. Nature's Grasp invested as well from Razzle, just to make sure that Humanoid survive.
I mean, you can never be too
Does
careful.
get you more gold, but with how far they backed off, I'm not sure the Rift Herald even needs to charge in. They will lose a tier 1 on bot side for it, alongside it an objective bounty, but I don't think they mind too much considering they're 7,000 gold ahead.
Usually I'm a little bit hesitant about using Rift Herald. At the moment, sure, MDK can just continue to push here, but Fnatic now grouping up again. I'm afraid Frescowy gone to bot side, they will actually just get a moment
in front of Super and Frescowy and not get equally poked down while taking those Mystic shots from Noah and the missiles from Humanoid. He feels like an item from a bygone age right now, the Lord Dominic's regards.
I'm just looking at what MDK are trying to achieve. They will get Humanoid here. It looks like
Killer Instinct in as well with the cease and desist. That's what they're trying to do. However, I don't think they wanted Alvaro to get the kill.
Well, I would have had more time if we gave up on Lord Dominic's regard points.
It was an important point, Rob. Okay. Can't lose to Boris as they continue with the chase. The Solar Flare coming down and out. Elioya almost falls the locket. He does go down in the end, and it's Jun getting the kills, but the support's very hungry for blood. Noah can't quite hit the Mystic Shot. Flashes in. He'll find the final auto. MDK over Sap, and Fnatic pounce immediately.
And that's what I wanted to try and get onto, was Mirwin was on the
long play, I would say, from Elioya.
Hail Mary.
Well, I mean, we talked about how they needed to do something like that. Find a pick, but I think they should have immediately turned their attention to Baron and maybe use that.
You didn't have the depth charge follow-up from Alvaro, so couldn't do enough to take down Razok and overstep. Nature's Grasp coming out. Baron sitting on Fnatic for the next 2 minutes. They'll get a tier 2 from it. As Super pushes out that mid lane. Humanoid dashing in. Those rockets starting to really hurt now. Mirwin's still on that front line, but with a cannon minion and a few casters, Fnatic will be able to open up the base. They dive forward with the Zenith Blade as well. And Mirwin is down. MDK 4 strong. Can they defend? Fnatic might look for more. The base comes out from Super. Keeper's verdict. Who you're looking for? Oscar. It's just the Poppycopter for now as he steps forward with the steadfast presence. Jun going in with a Zenith blade. Season to sits on the backline, but Elioya's all alone in the midst of 5 Fnatic players. And now Fnatic begin to open up on those Nexus towers. Alvaro can't really defend this. Frescawi trying to do everything he can, but the hook is met once again with a steadfast presence from Oscar Rinin, and a steadfast presence he's been this game. 007, call him Oscar Rinin Bond, as Fnatic will even out the series.
A quick finish to an early lead for gank setups because of the early CC.
Also just disgusting if you ever go underneath the tower, because it's, hey, I'm going to throw out solar.
Oscar.
Oh, Oscar, hang on.
Oscar.
The grass?
Oscar. Oh my god! Mirwin gets it!
Oh my! One. But now, Razok set his sights on the bot lane.
And Earth's here as well. Crash down from Alvaro. TP in by Mirwin as they look to turn this play around. Razok's on his way into the fight. Jun falls first though. Alvaro gets the kill. Super able to walk away. Razok going in. Flash forward from Noah. It's going to be disaster for Fnatic. They flashed for the kill. They lose 2 so far. Will it be more? Frescawi's trying to join the battle. So is Humanoid trying to escort the Ivern away. The jump forward. Razok has a bomb on his back and a cat there as well. Frescawi gets on the board.
A massive overforce from Fnatic in the bot lane. Punished for it, and yeah, I do think that gap in top, though, given that stacked wave, is a little bigger than we expect. But in terms of experience, I think that Mirwin is in a fine spot. Fnatic, though, turn their attention to bot lane once again.
Zenith Blade's short, and that could be big here. Super doesn't have the flash. He'll be hit with the root caller. Alvaro should be able to walk away from this. His 80 carry's life will go down. Fnatic find that repeat gank in the bot side.
And this is more what we expected from Fnatic. Curious how quickly they can actually take Oscar Rinin down in the later portion.
Mirwin's looking for the dive here. Nature's Grass coming out. Oscar tries to jump. Knocked back. The root caller won't call anyone, but the trigger seed will keep Oscar Rinin alive. Flash away. Mirwin tries to dash back in. Not tanking the tower yet. Frescawi here to join the battle. Daisy chasing Mirwin down, and we'll just knock him up as he manages to get in the bush. Bullet time came out, just looking for the engage there. Doesn't have the solar flare yet. Now they're going to go for the re-engage. Flash, shield of Daybreak, and Super cleanse splashes away, but not in time to save the day. Noah gets his second.
Clicker cleanse from Noah.
Take the first dragon of the game.
But X-Bot lane just going to back away. No, there is a potential engage could come through here. That'd be a bit risky.
Risk as well as Humanoid's moving across from the mid lane, and that Weaver's wall, all it needs to do is separate one player from the rest of the team for them to be very isolated. Noah starts to open up on the turret, will be his 3rd plate of the game. With Humanoid showing in mid, Super and Alvaro think they can be a little greedier. Seismic Shove misses here, as does the Unraveled Earth, and you can't miss those, Humanoid.
Bit of a misplay there from Humanoid, and Frescawi, knowing the limitations of his champion, is able to find a solo kill with the blade completed. And now a 2-0-0 Tristana. MDK are showcasing that they have some threats of their own. Razok needs to be careful.
Doesn't have Daisy here either. Does have the flash, has the root caller as well. He has to flash early, but Frescawi's on the chase. Fresquito with 2 quick kills back to back.
What in the hell are we in Frescawi?
Brushes.
Fnatic, though, Noah, very powerful right now. Has that Bloodthirster complete. Flash, twisted advance. They go into Oscar Rinin. The bullet time comes across the wall as Super opens up. Noah has to cleanse away from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Now Jun has to flash the wall. Alvaro going in with the Magnet Storm. Oscar trying to get to the Mega Gnar, but he's just short of it. Mirwin will fall, and both the top laners have been traded as Razok's being chased down by MDK. Ivan, King of the Jungle, able to escape for the moment. Daisy doing a little bit of work here as well, as MDK aren't done with the fight yet.
Super was in a great position to stop the ultimate from Noah, but now the follow-up.
Alvaro, Hex flashes forwards, pulled back, Zen is playing in, tries to land the Shattering Strike, but Alvaro falls first, and it's the top laners, then the support's almost traded. A buster shot breaks Jun out of Cert.
Not fully in a position to try and contest this at the moment. Waiting to see.
No
you can
TP
try
from
and force
Mirwin.
your way in, but yeah, as you say, you've got Oscar Rinin who has teleport advantage here, but Mini Gnar is come through.
Yeah, he's half health as well. Just went over to the Mega. It looks like MDK will back away. Fnatic pushed through mid and then got control over the river. MDK don't really have a pressure point right now. Frescawi's trying to sort that out by pushing out bot, but doesn't have the time. Fnatic will take their first Drake of the game. And once again, basically on as even in this match. Charlie Crystalaro going wide. Elioya can't quite get in range in time.
Still though, the praise for MDK in game 1 was their patient. MDK well.
Well, I will say, gentlemen, I'm quite happy that we've got a bit of a closer affair. Not that the early game hasn't been close so far in this series, but there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of trading, a little bit more messy trade and sort of cross-map. But as we get later into the game, MDK's side lane threat is going to be that much stronger, kind of forcing Fnatic to split apart.
Oh, Nature's Grass, Oscar in and dashes away. The Redemption coming out as well will heal him up, but it's not enough and not quick enough for Oscar to survive. The solo player hits Mirwin though, and he can be tanky, but he's not tanky enough to get out of here. Bullet time rips through the wave as Fnatic will make a 1-for-1 trade.
And now Fnatic are going to be the ones that threatening the tier 2 and bot. As long as Fnatic continue to chase MDK out, they can guarantee that push, but actually going to reset with Humanoid there. But I was going to say, the fact that for MDK, you have to try and get the side waves pushed in and collapse on mid, and hope that Oyoy again can kind of look for this play with the ultimate across this area, and may look for it right now.
Reaver's Wall will separate Mirwin from the tree. Jun going in, knocked back with the Bramble Smash. Daisy joining the party. Pascawi down towards the bottom side, will be met by Oscar Rini, who doesn't have the Mega Gnar. Bullet time from nowhere could be a possibility here as Oscar Rini has to flash away. There's a bullet time, Elioya flashes as well. Jun still looking for the chase, and he's damn tanky with the Eclipse. Root Caller hits onto Alvaro, knocked back with the seismic shove. Jun still tanking for days, the Trigger Seed keeping him alive. Another Root Caller goes in, and MDK just don't have the damage to work through Fnatic.
And it's what we talked about earlier. You're almost
Barely had to do anything. He still has his flash after all of that was committed towards him as well. Now again, we turn our attention back to the split pushing threat. A tower is secured in favor of Friscawi. Oh, Oscar, the Trinity Force along with the Warden's Mail doing him some good there.
The upside, Fnatic just going to take the dragon. And again, having that held on that mid lane turret, making it difficult for MDK to really kind of put pressure anywhere. So MDK going to have to try.
It's going to be very tricky.
But that's why I think the way you have to play it is kind of what we're seeing now, is go for side picks, and they look for Oscar in it.
Oscar with the wallop. Nature's Grass coming out. Redemption as well for Scowie, already falling low. The locket will keep him shielded for the moment. Oscar tries to get another wallop, flashes in for it, but can't quite kill off the Trist.
One too many members mean that Oscar sacrifices his flash for nothing. I think originally he was content to not use the flash, but then he saw an angle and he thought, oh, maybe if I can flash, get the Q off, that'll actually be enough damage. That is how they can really win out on this game. But if they keep trying to force fights, the problem is, do they really have the front to back to be able to win out?
Solar Flare gets the slow. Alvaro doesn't have a flash, and it doesn't really have a way out of this one. Zenith Blade will follow him and take him out. Greedy pathing from Alvaro, I'm gonna say. He was looking for them.
Forced away onto this mid tower, knowing they're stronger in that position, but with no pressure on the map from MDK, they're fine to do
grasp. Jun gets hit with it. The Weaver's Wall goes down as well. It will separate Alvaro from the rest of MDK. The Magnet Storm comes in. Fescawi has all the time in the world, but immediately they dive onto him. The Solar Flare flashes away from. Noah was knocked in with a Buster Shot, and Lyoya falls low. Oscar Rinnan on the backline trying to do everything he can. Alvaro flashes over the wall again. The Trigger Seeds from Razok are huge. Humanoid buys the second with the stopwatch. Fescawi though begins to open up. Jump, jump, jump from the Trist. He finds one. He's looking for two. Jun stuns him for a second. All of MDK somehow still alive, and Fnatic are sent packing.
Secret Agent Frescawi coming in to MDK, and they can win out the fight.
I can't believe they got away with this. Friscawi, keep your eyes on him. The damage is still good, but it's just not as good as what Friscawi can do. He gets CC'd up, he gets the utility he needs.
Could bring out to win this series. Well, this game at least has been the Friscawi show, the rookie showing that it belongs in those grand finals in Munich. MDK would be one game away from claiming that spot in the title match. Now they're pushing in. You can see Humanoid in the top lane trying to get a tier 2, but the tier 3s have been broken. Super can step forward in a second when he sees that Fnatic moved across. The arrow, look at the arrow, look at the arrow. Is it gonna hit? No. But MDK continue to push in. Channeling my inner Crepo there for a second.
Echoes of a past there.
Yeah. The inhibitor goes down in the bot lane. The Weaver's Wall will split MDK up for a second. Humanoids look for Super, who doesn't have a flash, doesn't have a cleanse, perhaps doesn't have a hope of surviving. The Magnet Storm not used yet by Alvaro. They dive back in, and Super's still alive. The bullet time rips through two. Mirwin has to dash away, but the Zenith Blade straight through his heart. Fnatic find two. They lose one inhib off the push. Can they get anything in response?
Alvaro managed to get the crash down to interrupt the Zenith Blade of Jun to keep Super alive, but gave his life in return, and now Fnatic going to try and open up onto the mid lane. We'll get some of the bounty gold, which will be nice, but the base cracked open.
I mean, I get it, buddy.
It's just one of those things where, like,
I mean, they're brute.
have you ever played those games where, like, you feel like you're winning, but at the same time you feel like it could swing just like that?
Weaver's Wall goes down. Mirwin and Elioya separated. The Drake, the target for Frescowi, should be able to secure it. They do. Inside Super and Alvaro. Elioya puts the Nature's Grass down. Humanoid's going to tank it. Jun's going to do the same. Mikhail's on him first. Alvaro goes in with a Magna Storm on the back line. Jun down to half HP already. Alvaro the same. Oscar in with an arm into the wall. Frescowi stunned up with a one-up. Frescowi's down! Vedi Stradamus called it seems. You, Plato and Vin Diesel can predict the future. Fnatic win the fight somehow out of nowhere, and credit has to go to Oscar.
A single moment is sometimes all it takes, and Oscar, a player that ends up dying at the end of it, hasn't been able to find that ultimate in this game, but a single ultimate may be all that he needed.
Super and Mirwin versus Razork, Noah, and Humanoid, and that's a battle we'll have to wait for because they're
Not
super
strong in the fight.
Ooh, this is going to be fast.
Double TP. It's going to be fast, as you say, Betty. MDK already down to 4,000. It's gone. The Baron secured for the Mad Lions. Koi, can they get out of the fight? They should be able to. Mirwin still looking for that flank position. The Weaver's Wall, who will be separated. Alvaro weaved away. They should be able to walk to safety.
A lack of an AP damage dealer is really going to start to hurt them now, as they're not going to be able to take out these fights as quickly as they can. They have to play off wave states. Fighting just isn't an option, and Fnatic, they are frothing at the teeth trying to see if they can get a bite out of MDK.
Weaver's Wall in here. The arrow connects on Humanoid. Solar Flare only gets the slow onto Mirwin. Zenith Blade short. Nature's Grasp used by Elioya to try and disengage the play. The inhibitor still stands. MDK with that Baron for another minute will push through the mid lane. Noah opens up on Frescowi. Frescowi! Need to get out of there.
Yeah, Noah can't.
Oh, dash! And Frescowi is down! And how many times have we doubted Noah in the clutch? How many? As Alvaro is down to half HP, the Nexus Tower is the target for Fnatic, but they haven't quite got the damage on them yet. Now they begin to open up. The dash in from Alvaro with the Magna Storm. Nature's Grass coming in as well. Oscar dashes in. He manages to get the damage on Super, and it's all done, but the singing, I feel. Frescowi comes in, there's no wave left for Fnatic. Bams, I spoke too quickly, and the Oi's still looking for that flank, but Noah, look at the heals on him as he begins to rattle through this minion wave. The first Nexus Tower, a breath away. Mirwin dodges the seismic shove, the root of Frescowi! The root of Frescowi buries him in the dirt, and Fnatic take the Nexus Towers. Alongside it, the Nexus, it seems, and in a comeback win, Fnatic are one win away. Away. The opponent's health bars. Elioya is down towards the bottom side. Unbreakable coming out from Alvaro. Jun doesn't go in. Wisely backs away from it. And Alvaro is on the losing side of that trade, but he's got double biscuit, double popped. So I think he'll be able to sustain up in the near future. Oh, Jun now goes in. Alvaro stunned up with the Shadowing Strike. Elioya coming in as well. Jun falling low, and he's hit with a Winter's Bite. Alvaro gets first blood.
The advantage of either...
Jun took half his health from the Dragon, just tanking it up, and now MDK will be like, well, cool, thanks for the leash. Humanoid still only just getting past his tier 3. Mirwin gonna get knocked back with the all-out. Oscar in is still on the chase, and Mirwin flashes the pot enough to keep him alive. And now Fnatic get the Drake.
How did that happen?
I know the Hex Flash came over the wall from Jun, but after that, I'm not entirely certain.
It looks like MDK just...
that Fnatic are kind of prioritizing keeping Noah in a good spot.
Don't need to cross-map when you can just make sure that you're not losing on the bot side. As you say, there is a Drake up in a minute and a half. The Grub's now probably going to be started by Razor. Noah and Jun overstep. The root caller comes out, and Jun's life is forfeit. And as soon as the Zyra went to the Grubs, her bot lane dies.
The long play from MDK. Elioya is able to sneak his way into the brush and catch Fnatic off guard. Jun pays the price once more, and it's another kill in favor of MDK. Oscar, though,
with the all-out once again, but Mirwin has the pounce. Yep.
All right. I thought that he would try to get the kill there. Looks like he was just
No. Lightning crash flash from Alvaro, misses the Winter's Piper, hits the auto attack. The stun comes down with the concussive blows. Humanoid's here behind them, should be able to get at least one. He's going to be stunned up immediately, though. Super still has the cleanse, but you can't cleanse a Buster shot. A rocket to the back will send anyone packing. Humanoid flashing forward. Basically even between these two teams, about 100.
Say that. I mean, it probably will.
Yep.
I see Razzle walking towards it.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolute cinema. Like, there's no way Razzle gets in here to steal this away. Humanoid is going to jump on Fnatic to put some damage down. The Drake taken. There was no smite for Elioya, I will say. But in the end, MDK still get the drag.
So as you highlighted, all of this was largely got interrupted, and the Drake contest goes out the window. Grabs in about a minute and a half, and I think that Fnatic really should prioritize at least trying to get one of them.
Jun flashing into Elioya here. Elioya still has the flash, and that was...
It's going to cost them.
It's going to cost them a lot. Alvo's here for the flank. Glacial Fisher goes down. Razzle able to get away from it with his flash of his own, but Jun doesn't have that same liberty. MDK will take him out.
This is kind of where we've seen Jun again, just make these missteps.
Yeah, it's the mid lane lead for Humanoid. Super has the lead in the bot lane. Lightning Crash coming out from Noah. The minion tanks a couple of his auto attacks. He's looking for more. Jun is hit. And okay, perhaps Noah might be able to build a little bit of a lead, but Jun takes the kill in the end. Still.
Noah had to use his barrier.
Now on the bottom side, so I guess if we get a TP from first guy, I don't know if it's quite up yet.
Alvo puts the Unbreakable down, has stand beside me. Jun could look here.
Use the heal to get that extra bit of movement speed. Razzle in a bit of danger. Massive very close to proccing. The root doesn't quite connect. Top tower goes in favor of MDK as the bot lane is likely to be traded by Humanoids.
It's weird though. Like you could have just had first guy TP down to the bottom side to defend that, and you would have been in a fine spot. So you just end up a tower up, but instead.
Lead in total. Now it's Super and Elioya in the mid lane. Merwin's coming in from the side. Jun can just jump away, so he's not under too much threat here on the rel. I say that as Merwin looks for the pounce. Will dash in, hit with the Shadowing Strike. Rifthold in the mid lane will charge this down. Merwin just keeping Jun very busy. Noah and Razzle trying to defend the turret, but they need to get out of there. The Rifthold charging in and Daisy following suit. The tower in mid falls. MDK get their second of the game. However, Humanoid will answer with one in top side.
Nice play from MDK though.
MDK could look to fight this, but they need to TP for Scowy now.
Daisy goes down. Metcalf fighting for this second Drake. Merwin's in the pit. There's the TP behind. Noah jumps across with the blast cone. Jun is on the wrong side of the wall. The rest of his team down in the river right now. Fnatic spotted with that Scryer's Bloom. The Dragon down to 4,000. Fnatic still looking for the flank, but it's only onto Oscar Rin, and Pathmaker comes out. Glacial Fisher, the Magnus Sword, but they can't go in because the Braum ultimate locks them in place. Stranglethorn's coming out as well. The Lightning Crash from Noah. Merwin dashes in, flashes out. Fnatic's trying to still get in from the side, and I think Fnatic will walk away wounded. Fnatic can look for more. Oscar left to his own devices on the front line. MDK might want a little bit more out of this play.
MDK playing so well around their poke, and they're going to keep this up as Fnatic try to retreat to the tower, but is that actually safety?
The dance from MDK is so exquisite as they play so patiently. MDK, they don't want to ruin it now.
Fnatic are looking for something. They know they have to push forward rather than go back. Merwin, no flash, remember, and Humanoid just walks him down. The Ignite taking the buster shots. Super kills him. The dash in from Jun is blocked by the Unbreakable, and Fnatic went forward, but the only place they're going is back to the fountain.
MDK keep the dance going. Merwin literally pounces on his target. Fnatic tried to escape, but Humanoid says, no, I think I've got a kill here. He ends up
I think it's now in a position where MDK have control of the map, and trying to get vision is tough.
Noah dashes across the wall, is rooted for Scowy going back in, and Alvaro finds it.
It was with the ultimate. Through the wall, he ends up getting that.
Just the tip.
That must have been just a pixel that hit up there.
And now the Baron begun from MDK. They've already caught out Noah. 0-3-3 this game. And what can Fnatic do? Humanoid's in bot wave. He's not TPing in. MDK will get the Baron 22 minutes in. Now Humanoid will take a tier 2 for this. But MDK will have 3 minutes with a Baron buff to find everything they can. They can't close the gap is the answer. And MDK might decide to close that gap for them. Pathmaker, True Shot Barrage coming out. Oscar in and already down to a 3rd HP. He dashes away. Razzle here to join the fray. Just Tangle Barbs down, but it's met with the Unbreakable wall once again of Alvaro. Fnatic looked for something, but all they found was that they were wanting.
It's just that her poke is slightly different, and it's more about dashing in, dashing back out, leveraging that sustain. And it's working out beautifully. Remember that the Braum applies the passive too. Ezreal can land his Q, start stacking that passive. Like, they have so many tools to just be annoying, and Fnatic don't really have many answers. Even if you engage on Jun, like, what is your play? You don't have a wombo combo. You have 280 carries. Yeah. Like, they want to kind of play this front-to-back style, but you don't really...
It will be on Soul Point as well with a Mountain Soul. Make them that little bit more tanky. They just traded 2 tier 2s for a single one for Fnatic, which means continues to extend. Fnatic going in on Humanoid, who is only sitting on Navori and Blade of the Ruin. Don't get caught out after they've just cleared their whole jungle, so they really shouldn't be stepping outside of their base anyway. MDK don't have an easy avenue to actually force a fight, unless, you know, Fnatic overstep as the Stranglethorn's gone down onto Elioya. Oscar looking for a little bit more. Humanoid jumping in. The Unbreakable from Alvaro will save Elioya, but the Lightning Crash will find its mark. Magnus Storm into the Blast Cone, knocks Jun over the wall, the All-Out on the Super. Oh my god! Fnatic could have sat and waited, but instead they decided now is the time to strike, and MDK have lost 3. Mirwin trying to get away. He's distracting from Friscawi, but Razork knows he's there. Friscawi has to dash away, no mana left on him. Mirwin might escape down towards the bottom side. Friscawi dances back, but there's a plant waiting for him in the bush. Avina's fly trap, perhaps, as Friscawi's caught, and somehow Fnatic find 4.
Betty's been talking about it here for the Tristana. This is where Fnatic are kind of hitting their stride, and if they can just find one moment like this, it could be it.
Super Unbreakable down. Friscawi going to Razork though. The chain's only hit onto Jun. Glacial Fisher just short. Humanoid opening up on Mirwin. Oscar finds one. Elioya's caught out. Jun looking for that Magnet Storm. Super able to dash away from him. Alvo does not have that same luxury. Super caught as well. And Fnatic immediately find the fight.
Another favorable fight for Fnatic. Back to back now. They found 4. They will deny the soul. They'll convert it into a Baron. Fnatic is taking everything.
You can't hit what you can't see, and Fnatic are continuously just playing around these little choke points, finding those moments, and Razork getting that lock-up onto Supa. It looked a little bit sketchy to begin with because it was a little follow-up, but it got the time that Fnatic needed to find those engages, and that setup from Oscarina was beautiful.
It really was, and like, you have to look at Razork in these last 2 plays. He lands the root over the wall in the play around the red buff. He lands this root, and as much as you say, yeah, there's no initial follow-up, it gets some of those spells out. It gets the arcane shift out.
Seeing that menacing walk that we see so often for Casantes at this point of the game is specifically against Ezreal. You don't have the damage to take him down. Mirwin doesn't have the damage to take him down. Mirwin might get taken down though.
Yeah, he does have the flash. Friscawi coming to join the party. Humanoid with a double buster. Call him Keaton because he's bustering all over them. Humanoid's going to try and heal up. Friscawi's down to half HP. Mirwin about the same. The chains land once again. Friscawi's clone is forced out. Mirwin has an explosive shot on him. Look at the bot side.
This.
Yeah, no, but Humanoid could just delay.
Just wins
Who
the
cares?
game.
The bot side is winning. Friscawi dives in. They have to get back. The TP's invested immediately. Fnatic get the inhib. Friscawi won't use his teleport because it's not up for another half. It's called out. Mirwin TP'd in. Fnatic open up at the bot side. 3 minutes on the Drake. The Baron buff remains for 1.5.
Take that initial poke, and you got the locket in case he underestimates or overestimates how much damage MDK can do.
They call him Oscar winning for a reason. TP comes in from Humanoid. Friscawi dashes in, puts a bit of damage onto Jun. Alvo has to pop the Unbreakable early to try and keep this turret alive, but it's not going to be standing for too much longer. The Baron expiring in 4 seconds time. Humanoid opens up on Super. Alvo goes in with the Winter's Bite. Glacial Fisher. Friscawi has a good flank. Dashes in twice and takes out Humanoid, who kills Oscarina. You don't need to. Jun and Humanoid are down now. It's up to Razork, Noah, and Oscarina to try and get out, but Noah, the shield just in time. Alvo going forward once again. Oscarina sacrifices himself for the good of the team, but MDK have other plans. Noah down. The shutdown to Super. It's a 4 for none in favor of MDK.
The pings are going down into mid lane. MDK with 5 members alive and only Razork left means that they're looking to try and potentially end.
Friscawi will come in with full life, full mana, and a full heart as MDK look to even out the series.
How the hell did that just happen?
Friscawi with the flank once again. He finds his avenue onto the backline. He shuts down Humanoid. They've set their sights on the Nexus. Jun is back.
There aren't many minions left. Humanoid's up in 8 seconds time. If Jun can kill a couple of these minions, maybe he can hold on to hope. He tries to take one, concussive blows will slow him. There's still 1 minion there, and that's all MDK needed. Humanoid jumps in, but he can do nothing in the face.
Kennen, there's an Amumu, there's a Braum.
Humanoid jumped on here. Friscawi still has the flash. Jun hit to back up, and there's the bandage shots, but a great double knockup from Jun. Elioya went in, but he's crying now as Friscawi's sent back to the fountain. Razork looking for more. Elioya bandage toss goes wide, but the Unbreakable won't be enough. A phosphorus bomb finds his face and sends him packing. Fnatic found 2.
And that
It's the threshold of having that as an ability.
Just a bit of trading. Razork does have the smite available. He's got to be careful here.
Flash from Alvaro trying to block the jump away from Razork. And the Sejuani is burnt poor. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Oscar Ridden trading with Mirwin had to pop the Slicing Maelstrom. The Drake over to MDK as well. And what started out so favorably for Fnatic, now 2 neutrals will be going over to MDK.
not one of the minions, but decides, you know what, Noah's a bit low instead.
Noah uses the dash early there. That means Elioya can go in. Curse of the Sad Mummy. Noah has no flash, no cleanse, no hope. Elioya brings a tantrum, and Noah is sent back to the fountain.
Final would be massive for the organization to return to those heights once more and to do it with a completely different roster as well, with Elioya at the helm.
A roster of rookies as well who have really shown up over the course of the year. Like Alvaro setting himself up as one of the great supports we have in the league right now, and may need to not be the late great as he tries to escape away here.
Yeah, it should be fine just to walk away from this. Elioya's on his way down, has that Curse of the Sad Mummy again.
I think that for a long time, hang on a second.
Jun goes in on Super. There's the Arcane Shift away, but the Curse of the Sad Mummy immediately back onto Jun. He dashes away just in time, and Elioya falls to 200 HP, but Super with a True Shot Barrage goes straight through the heart of Jun. Noah brought back as well. He tries to get the burst fire off, but he's not allowed to. Super gets a double, a deft hand in this fight, it seems. Another Mystic Shot hits across the wall. He's looking for more. He's chasing down. Razork having to run for the hills, manages to escape, dashing away. Can Humanoid have that same chance? I don't think so. TP in from Oscar in no Slicing Maelstrom. They look for the tower. Frescowi can't find it in time. Oscar's half HP with no ultimate, only a flash to try and dash into this fight. Jun now back up, and MDK will pull their foot off the gas.
1 kill at a time. MDK is just gaining more presence on the map. They'll secure the top tower. They'll likely secure the bottom one. The second dragon of the game is going to go their way. Razork is still hovering around, but what options does he really have here?
I can dash away, Betty. And that's about it. MDK
People does a ton of damage, and Frescowi the buster shot onto both Noah and Razork, reposition him into the waiting hands of Supa, means that he's able to get the resets on the jumps and set up for the play, and now Mirwin finds Humanoid.
Humanoid still has the flash here. Mirwin's going to flash first. Well, the Spearland doesn't need it. Just uses an auto attack to send Humanoid down under.
Mirwin getting a bit of revenge.
His aid, Oscar Ridden has avoided detection, I believe, goes in with the Oracles. This is a 4v3. Mirwin not able to come across in time. Humanoid has the TP. Oscar unable to get close enough yet. Noah dashes in, lightning crash. The Rift-Held smited. Razork trying to get behind them here. Oscar is still on that flank. The quickness onto 4. Oscar has the flash, but the Glacial Fissure will lock him up. He's stunned immediately. Fnatic dived in 1 by 1. The Mayhem still die after. Super has the red buffs, the double buffs. Noah dashes across the wall. Frescowi here to join the party. Humanoid is not. But Jun and Razork will be able to escape. The Rift-Held was picked up by Mirwin in the end.
Fnatic, that was your chance. They could have had that moment to find the fight against MDK, but the hero play from Alvaro, the knock up onto Oscar as he tries to make the play, and MDK turn it back in Fnatic's face, and they're getting so much more on the map.
I mean, it wasn't just Alvaro, the ulti from Elioya as well. The flash came in from Oscar, and it was Oscar who was sad. Like, he was the one that was grounded in place. The lightning didn't connect onto anyone, and they ultimately traded 1 for 1, but MDK got so much more. 2 towers fall in the mid lane, and MDK, the damage is so much greater in favor of MDK.
Especially when Alvaro didn't have his exhaust, if that could have been it, but now he does, and might need to use it.
I think he might be dead here. Does have the flash, can stand beside me onto Mirwin. Flash, stand beside me. The Slicing Maelstrom short again! Don't worry, Oscar. All guys have been there before as Razork's caught up towards the top side. Super diving in, another bandage shot, but a red buff in the way now for Super. Mystic shot onto it. Noah brings down the lightning, but Super brings down the hammer. Razork is dead once again. The red buff secured for Fnatic. But everything Fnatic do is slammed in their face by MDK, by Super. In fact, 5-0-1 now, and he continues to open up. Humanoid has to TP away to stop Frescowi from taking the tier 2 in the bot lane. And Oscar's locked up with the Glacial Fissure, and it's all coming up roses for MDK.
Fnatic are falling apart. This was supposed to be a series where everyone was looking at Fnatic to take it, to push themselves towards the finals, towards that opportunity to right what happened from summer. But MDK have leaving Noah on this top side for Fnatic to try and take the turret, but this might just lead MDK to immediately run back over towards the Dragon. There's no real pressure on them right now at top. Sure, the top tower sure will give a bounty, but you have so much pressure on the map, and now everyone on Fnatic is stuck in their base. And the second you walk out, there's just so many good engage tools on MDK thanks to this Amumu that you can't really push out.
Oscar does have TP though, so they Mad don't want to start the Baron too extensively. Keep an eye on that ward though for a potential TP flank.
Oh, it's coming. TP just outside of vision range. Super dashes away from the Glacial Prison.
They don't know.
Oscar's on his way. The quickness, the Maelstrom, and Fnatic find purchase on the game. They find 2 super down. Mirwin follows.
They had to take it slow. They had
Was
to not.
all it took, and Oscar could finally find a flank. Dagda talked about it earlier. A Kennen ultimate can be the game changer, and that is exactly what it's
down towards the bottom.
And that's the win. MDK got push in mid, and now they get to establish themselves in river. Makes it a little bit more difficult for Fnatic to get avenues attack, but keep your eyes on Oscar in, and there is little to no vision for MDK to spot out the Kennen.
Glacial Prison, blast cone, slicing Maelstrom onto Super, he immediately flashes away, but Oscar flashes to follow him, and all the gold lead for MDK evaporates in an instant. Super is no longer Norzelioya, and Fnatic are finally fighting back.
the blast cone.
As Fnatic will get the mid turret, they'll be able to put pressure onto the tier 2 and bottom side. But the TP, will it even come through the tower? Stay standing for just a moment.
TP will come in. You could have sacked tier 2 in the mid lane for this, but Alvaro's down immediately. So it's a tier 1 still on that flank. They don't have vision on Oscar. They don't have vision on Oscar. Frescowi's a mile away from this fight, and they don't have vision on Oscar! Oscar in! Finds his son on the Super, and he's immediately forced out of the fight. Alvaro will fall first, and Yoya will follow suit. The True Shot Barrage will manage to kill off Oscar, but the Drake goes over to Fnatic, and once again, it's Oscar winning!
And the game is falling further and further away.
The darkness on this map is terrifying and full of electric rats, and they are absolutely tearing through MDK in every opportunity they get. Again, it was just great control from Fnatic. They play Oscar and go back into base, but if you can set up potential with Ilyoya's ultimate, you can kill him and then look to try and trade off on the inhibitor turrets. But now you're a little bit late to the reset. Fnatic are already here.
Glacial Prison, Mirwin dodging away, Alvaro caught with the quickness. Fnatic, you've lost here before.
An overstep.
They take half their HP, the TP coming in behind as well as Frescowi looks to open up. And Ilyoya's going to be spotted on vision. He joins the fray. Frescowi spotted on that ward as well. Noah gets the slow one. The inhibitor tower in mid lane will fall in a matter of seconds. Frescowi still looking for that flank, a signature of his. The inhibitor short to follow after the turret. Elioya goes in with the first bandage toss. He's looking for that second, but there's minions in the way. The Glacial Prison going wide. Oscar is hanging near the back. No flash for him. Super splash, slightly shorter cooldown. Noah dodges to the side of the spear. Frescowi waiting in this bush, still unable to find anything.
Ilyoya having no flash means it's kind of difficult.
It's a long time to get there to join the team. Both the teams are going to butt heads around this mid
They're
wave.
pinging it.
A couple of pings come out, as you say. TP and towards the bottom side, out of vision for now. Razzle dashing in with the Arctic Assault. It's Humanoid who comes in to join the battle. And still,
that's the base.
Mid-way push for Fnatic. MDK going to start to back away. Oscar in and can try and keep them around. Frescowi trying to do enough to keep Super around. He's going to interrupt 2. Super and Frescowi unable to get back.
He can
Oscar has the TP in. Onto the Super minion would be the target. Can't keep it alive yet. The quickness coming out. Fnatic have walked in the front door. And MDK, they left it unlocked. Fnatic take the series. And MDK get nothing. And Fnatic just walk through the base.
What a